Hello! Today we will be applying adlerian theory to the movie A League of Their Own, with the main character, Kit, being counseled by one of our counselors. Some major concepts in adlerian theory are birth order, early recollections, acting as if, catching oneself, and it is a client-oriented type of theory. There's social interest involvement, engagement, insight, assessment, and reorientation. Encouragement is also a major theme of this theory. Let's see how Kit and the counselor are doing.
Hi Kit, my name is Dr. Maxie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So what brings you in today?
I have a whole bunch of issues going on with my family and all that kind of stuff, and I just decided to come.
Okay. What issues specifically about your family?
My sister's the worst, and we don't get along, and everyone has made comments about it, so I feel like we need to fix that relationship, even though it's all her fault anyway.
Right. And what's your sister's name?
Her name's Dottie.
Dottie. Okay. And what do you need to fix specifically?
She always feels like she has to be better than me. Like she always has to, everything has to be better than me. Every single day everything's about Dottie, and I'm always kind of just put to the side.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Suppose you had one wish and that wish was used to eliminate Dottie from your life. How would your life be different if all of a sudden you didn't have this problem anymore? If Dottie was no longer a part of your life?
Well, if Dottie was no longer a part of my life, I think I would finally be seen. People wouldn't have to have anyone to compare me to, and I'd finally be able to be the baseball player and the person I'm supposed to be, and people actually can see me and how I play on the field and not have anyone to compare me to. And then, you know, I would be the pretty one, and I'd be the good one, and I'd be able to be the star, and Dottie wouldn't be the winner.
Right.
Well, I'm always being compared to her. I'm not as good as she is on the field. I can't hit a home run, but she does. I can't run fast enough. She always has to run faster than me. I'm never as pretty as she is. I can't do anything as well as she can. Ever since I was young, I was always compared to her. My parents would say, here's our daughter Dottie, and then there's our other daughter. And I never even said my name. So I guess during baseball, she always has to, you know, tell me what to do, and I can't do anything my way because it's wrong.
Right. So how do you feel when you play with your sister as your teammate?
When we play on the same team, everyone compares us, and everyone seems to see my flaws and not my strengths. And when we are side to side on the same team, people talk about how much better Dottie is, and people talk about how I can't compare to Dottie when I'm on the field, and people talk about how I'm not as pretty as Dottie, and being on the same team is just more obvious because we're always next to each other.
Right. So how does it feel when you were playing against your sister and when you are opposing teams?
When we're on opposing teams and playing against each other, I can finally show how good I am at the game. I can play without people comparing me to her. I can play without her continually telling me what to do and when to do it and what not to do and when not to do it. And I can make my own choices and play better with my other teammates. I can be the team player that my teammates need by their side rather than being in Dottie's shadow.
Right. So now, Kit, I hear you speak about your sister Dottie often throughout our sessions. I want you to show me how your life would be different if you were Dottie. How would your life be like if you were Dottie instead of Kit?
If I were Dottie and if I weren't Kit.
So now we take a look at how the counselor uses acting as if with Kit. This type of role-playing reaffirms the ideal self and eliminates the constructs that the client places on their situation. It spotlights where clients feel inferior and is client-centered.
I would definitely be playing professional baseball. I'd be the team captain. I'd be on the cover of Life magazine, not, you know, in the back. And my skills would be noticed rather than, you know, being put on the wayside or the back burner. And I could be the leader of the team rather than sitting in the shadows or in the corner or on the bench, I'd be able to play and pitch and hit without someone breathing down my neck. I would be able to play and do the things I love and that I'm actually good at.
Right. So what would your support system look like? Like, what is your family like, siblings, that sort of?
Social interest is another large part of counseling with adlerian therapy. Here we are able to see how Kit is thinking about her kinship with others and her relationships in the human community. Empathetic relationships, her psychological well-being, and altruistic and self-centered are also ways that she is able to be counseled.
I live on a dairy farm with both my parents and my older sister Dottie. Dottie's husband is deployed because he's over fighting the war. There are two of us, Dottie and myself, and they're my support system. So there's two siblings and I am the youngest.
Okay. And what are the three earliest recollections in your life?
Like the earliest memories that I have?
Mm-hmm.
The earliest thing that I can remember is when I was 3. Dottie and I were out back behind the barn. We were playing catch with my dad's old baseball mitt, and I was pitching the ball to Dottie, and she hit it so hard that it flew right past me. I got the ball and just tried to throw it as far as I could to get her out, and I tagged her in the back. She never forgave me for that one. I just wanted to show her that I could get her out. She has always been the one that could hit home runs, and I just could never figure out how to hit the sweet spot as well as she could. After that, I think
As shown, birth order is an important aspect of adlerian therapy. From the oldest to the youngest, the middle child, and everything in between, this can display how early recollections are integral in the counseling process.
And then after that, I think I was 5. Donnie and I had to go to an event with our parents, and every time they'd introduce us to their friends, they would say, "This is our oldest daughter, Dottie, and this is our other daughter." And it always seemed like they would end it there. I never felt like I had a name growing up. I was always referred to as Dottie's sister, and it's so hard not being introduced first or just as Kit instead of someone's sister, just Kit and being my own person. Lastly, the other standout memory that I can think of, I was maybe 6. I had the chance to participate in my very first Little League baseball game. It was just the local farmers and their families that created, kind of the league. And I was able to pitch and show everyone that I could actually play baseball. I remember getting on the pitching mound, throwing out my first pitch. Immediately after that, Dottie called a timeout and ran over to tell me I could pitch better, that the pitch was too high or too slow or something. I felt so irritated with her, I just wanted to throw the baseball down and walk away. I just wanted to be on the pitcher's mound and do what I thought I could do best and pitch and throw the ball and play baseball. Dottie couldn't even allow me to have that spotlight. She always had to try and upstage me and be better than me so she could get all the praise, which seems to be how she is now. I can't ever do anything my own way. I have to follow what Dottie says, and I'm not doing things Dottie's way.
Now, let's take a look at catching yourself and how it makes its way into the counseling session with Kit. Catching yourself involves helping clients identify signals or triggers associated with their problematic behaviors or emotions. They can recognize their triggers, and help to anticipate what may trigger them.
Right, but do you see what you did there? You compared yourself to your sister Dottie. You mentioned that Dottie couldn't allow you to have the spotlight, but did Dottie say that to you specifically?
No, I guess not. I didn't notice that. I guess Dottie's never actually made a comment about me having the spotlight. She always says things to me in a protective manner. She's just always trying to protect me, I guess, and tries to make me see things from her perspective, or to get me to try and do something differently, I guess, so I don't get hurt, or just so I can be better, maybe? I don't know. I've just always seen it more like her trying to stay in the spotlight and preventing me from being recognized for my own skill set.
So other than playing baseball, is there something you do within a community to help others and create a better community around you?
No, I guess I don't. I've been thinking about creating like a little league for girls, or like a camp to teach girls how to play baseball. So, we can teach them how to pitch and how to catch and the rules of the games and all that kind of stuff.
Right, well, okay, I think that would be a wonderful idea. I think that kind of community engagement would be able to showcase your talent by helping others in the community.
Dottie hasn't done that either. I think helping those little girls see that we can play baseball just like the boys can really help boost their confidence too.
Okay. Well, Kit, let me see if I'm hearing you correctly. You've become one of the few women inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You were chosen to be part of one of the first female baseball teams.
Yeah.
You played baseball as a career and was still able to find a husband and a family.
Yeah, I guess I did. I was able to follow my dreams and play baseball as a career.
Yeah, you were. You took the steps to create your goals and attain it. You took the steps to also become an autonomous and take charge of your life.
I think that's a step in the right direction. I think I need to start refocusing my energy on being with those around me rather than trying to compete, especially competing with my sister. I could try and help people that I have the capacity to help. I think I need to start taking life and myself less seriously.
As with any theory, there are strengths and limitations. Some strengths of adlerian therapy is that it can alter the perceptions and grow personal strengths, which is goal-oriented. Use of encouragement and empowerment can help clients. It maintains a strong focus on how the individuals receiving therapy can alter their perceptions and grow their personal strengths to better fit into their own communities, as shown with Kit in this counseling session. It is the desire to support the individual's innate sense of belonging that is its main strength. The person undergoing the therapy is empowered through positive encouragement to become a successful member of his or her community. The idea that in changing the way you look at and respond to the community, you can become a part of that same community and fulfill a deep-seated need to belong, nurturing feelings of belonging and striving for superiority. However, there are some limitations. One of these is that there is a lack of research on this theory. Supportive research base is something that it's lacking, and there have not been many empirical studies that clearly show the effectiveness of adlerian theory.